All right, let's go ahead and look at a problem from the midterm review. Okay, let's go ahead and let's look at the second one here. It says using deductive reasoning, which statement is true given the following information. Alec eats only vegetables. Steak is not a type of vegetable. All right, so using deductive reasoning, which statement is true? So Alec eats only vegetables. And the first choice is Alec does not eat steak, or Alec does eat steak. So it follows pretty naturally that if Alec eats only vegetables and steak is not a vegetable, then Alec would not eat anything called steak because it's not a vegetable. So that's pretty clear. Okay, let's go ahead and look at one more for this recording. Let's try this one here. Let's see if I can make the screen a little bit bigger. It says Mary visits the local coffee shop to use the Wi-Fi for school projects. Mary has an English book to review, a social studies paper, and a science presentation to complete. She first arrives and orders a coffee at 2:15 and tips 5% at the counter. 2 hours later, she finishes her English review and waitress stops by. Mary decides to order a latte at 4:50, but doesn't tip. Over the next hour, the waitress returns and Mary orders another coffee and leaves a 15% tip for the latte and coffee. An hour later, Mary completes all of her projects and leaves. What is the total tip Mary left at the coffee shop? Do not include dollars. And then there's an example. So there's a couple of ways to do this. I would say, well, let's let me do something here. Let me snip that. Because I think it'll be worth jotting some notes down. And let me take it into a Paint application. It'll be easier for me to keep track of what's happening if it's on a Paint app. So let me just make sure I'm sharing that Paint app with you. Make sure I'm sharing the correct Paint app with you. Okay, here it is. All right, so she first arrives, orders of coffee at 2:15. So I'm going to write that down. 2:15. Let me see if I can make my pen a little bigger. 2:15. And then she's going to tip 5% of that, right? So we're going to take that 2:15 and we're going to multiply it by 0.05 because she's going to tip 5%. All right, so that takes care of this. 2 hours later, she finished her English review and waitress stops by. Mary decides to order a latte, but she doesn't tip yet. And then she orders another coffee. Coffees cost $2.15. And she leaves a 15% tip for both the latte and the coffee, right? So then I have to take the latte, which is $4.50, and take the coffee, which is $2.15. So we're going to add those up. And then we take the same values. Now I'm going to go ahead and add these up. So that's, what is that, 665. 665 But this time she's going to leave a 15% tip. So that's going to be times 0.15. So this is 665, right? So we're going to add those. An hour later, she completes all her projects. What is the total tip Mary left at the coffee shops? Oh, so we just want the tip. So you have to be careful when you read these things, right? What is the total tip? So we actually don't care about everything. We just care about this piece. All right, so I'm gonna get a calculator and you're not gonna see everything, but if I do 215 times 0.05, I get I get I get 0.1075. And I'm not gonna round off at this point. And then over here, it's 6.65 times 0.15. And that's 0.9975. So let me add those two values and then we'll be done. So 0.9975 plus 0.1075. That's $1.11 is what it rounds to. So $1.11. And they don't want us to put the dollar sign, but so then I guess this is the value. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and stop this recording for now.